So here we go. This is the ODM Esh versus Kraken war game. They've made their choices. They've selected their different members. I'll bring that up here on the screen real quick. Esh and Kraken have selected the various squad leads, the various members that will be on their team. They've filled out the rest with randoms.
That just sounds like a funny way of saying the teams will be unbalanced.
We're here on Yehorivka, Raz V1, I believe. Yehorivka, Raz V1.
We're trying to set up the teams.
We've got a nice sneak peek here at the way that the layer is going to run.
You're meant to join us.
It's going to go up mostly the center, except for Stepne.
Not these.
So it's going to be a little awkward for the Russians to make this as fast as the Marines can.
Slowly getting there.
It looks like it's armor versus armor. If we take a look here at the games, we've got Russian ground forces versus U.S. Marine Corps, both with the armor factions.
It's not bugged.
As you can imagine, Kraken loves the armor.
I can't get that.
He's going to be nasty to deal with, having 2 tanks off the bat. So we're going to have, looks like Kraken and Captain, and some randoms filling out the other tank. Hopefully they're going to work together. Looks like Longest, Mule, Nave, they're going to be running the infantry squad leads over here for them. Let's go take a look here before this game gets going. Let me speed up the fly here and get across this map. So we've got a little bit longer of a rollout time, or a little bit longer of a staging phase, but it's going to be normal game after that, as they're saying in chat there. So let's see what we've got down here. Squad lead for Esh should be Northern. Oslir are going to be running his squad leads. And as far as the tanks go, what do we have? Looks like we've got Waylon, RGK, and Jake running one. RGK's a fantastic gunner. And we've got some randoms I'm not quite familiar with. Rogue, Salamander, and Napoleon running the other. Of course, the big slowdown here, it's going to be these AAVPs. The U.S. Marines are going to have a slow rollout with these from here. And they've got quite a ways to go. It's almost a given that Stepne Dairy is going to belong to the Russians as a result. Unless something wild happens here with Bloodhound. Bloodhound's going to be rolling out in this logi. They've got some mobility, but that's about it. You've got a couple of flatbed trucks. Looks like we're leaving a lab. With a couple more randoms. We've got Bot, Gary, and Dumb running the lab there for them, and here we go. Of course, critical to everything is how quickly people can back cap to get squared away on their defensive points. Get up there and get time to get everything set up. Looks like they're wisely having the folks in the flatbed go do the back cap. Esh leading the way with his. Clearly heading for Zalata. Now one can assume all this armor is going to be wolf packing together, but maybe not. Looks like right out of the gate, the randoms on Kraken's team for the Russians falling a bit behind. We'll see if they catch up or if they go out on their own. Given that they're in squad 6 with him, you would think they're going to follow him. So it looks like our Marine convoy is going to be heading up across the north. We'll see if Kraken's going to go down across the south or if he's going to turn up down the center road. That armor battle is going to be critical.
Is this actually going to be our rollout? Because this is a fucking total shit show. It is, dude.
Just gotta roll.
I don't know why else we're gonna have to.
I got 4 guys.
Longest is pushing Hilltop right now. He's going to get that done very quickly, I'm sure. Bit of a slow rollout, but their advantage that they don't realize is the caps are in their favor.
I mean, that's just pushing me to just continue with it.
Sounds like a less than optimal start. But actually, nothing horrible has happened yet. You can always recover from a slower
They have to be having just as many
rollout.
problems as we do.
To Longest's point, that is both true. Both sides have quite a few randoms.
Mendoli, can you disband, please? We need you in one of our squads.
It's like we've got
See, both their tanks are near.
a one-man BMP squad.
Oh,
No,
good.
he's gone. Never mind. There he goes. All right. Getting a few cleaned up here. Command's rolling out now. Nave is leaving main with his Logi. So he's going to be slightly delayed. But I think his cappers will
For Boogie
get things handled for him.
Okay. I thought you were grabbing a Logi.
Don't have a Logi.
It's like the Russian armor crew is going to head up the MSR.
Oh, it's fucking some rat.
Meanwhile, the Marine armor group is going to be heading mostly far north. They're really going north. Looks like they've got something special in store here. Either that or they're going to help Cap, which I doubt. Waylon, Jake, and RGK
I'm gonna come and join you.
leading to the very north corner of the map here, north edge, we'll just say. Looks like they're going to prepare a nasty surprise. I suspect they're expecting Kraken to come up the eastern side, but that is not going to happen. They are going to come right up MSR, though, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, whoever number 3 is, yeah, jump on the cap here.
Now, they may post up over here. We'll have a look at what kind of view they'll have from here. Not amazing. They won't have you down that MSR.
I think that's where we went wrong. We got too many SLs. I wanted you in a BMP ideally, but it's alright. We'll run with it.
There was just all those on his side, so I assumed that...
Airfield trenches ready for the taking. Looks like Nova Spire is going to roll in and get that.
This is completely fucked. This is fucking. I'm just like.
The situation you can take my people then
now.
off trenches, yeah.
So we can hear things are a little rough as far as the logistics of the rollout.
Yeah,
People kind of scattered in too many different squads.
Not even at back cap strength here.
The armor stalking goes on as the Marines head to the northeastern corner of the map.
Everyone's on the cap 3.
Both teams are amazingly just now beginning their second cap.
Oh, there we are. Yes.
No one really near Stepne right now. Command,
Okay,
Esh
get ready
there
to
is
drop.
positioned
I guess
really well
we'll go
to
to
take the
Shipshingo,
next
right?
point.
I just lost my gunner.
If we take a look at squad maps, let's see, we had Zulata, Ivanivka, and Petrivka will be next. So from their perspective, if they're looking at squad maps, this is what they see. They should know it's going towards Stepne Dairy at this point.
Can you transfer some of your boys over to Nave squad,
Meanwhile,
I've tried. None of them are interested. And they're on the
until
border
East Novo
leaving
comes up, they
state.
won't know over here. So they do have, Esh does have a bit of an advantage on intelligence until
I mean, I'll just keep
West
them on
Novo gets
defense.
capped.
I'm not going to be too extra.
No, long dash is on defense.
Okay.
All right, the call is going out that Longdus will be on defense for the moment. Looks like Fubuki is starting to cap at West Novo.
Cool.
So, as expected, they are a good bit
Come
ahead,
back here,
thanks to
Dave.
the slowness of those
To jump in your tank.
Vicks rolling out and the compressed nature of the cap points for the Russians here. If we move on over, looks like we've got the first FOB coming online here for the Marines. It is down and active. Won't be an active point. Oslir got it up, but it will be great for the armor. I'm sure they will appreciate that. It might come into play if things work their way back to Petrivka.
Fourth point could be anywhere central or east, dude. So it's from Scrapyard right through to Stepne.
So as the teams creep
Wherever it is
closer
on
and
this next
closer
point,
together,
you'll have the armor in
nothing
front.
aggressive,
Just rolling
nothing
behind.
terribly aggressive so far. They're putting 2 and 2 together, figuring out where this is going. The armor groups are still together. The Marines are continuing to camp the northeastern corner. They are dead set on sitting there and waiting. However, Kraken is staying with the core of his group, the core of his team. Playing tight to the infantry and logistics.
I got friendly fire. Give me 2 seconds.
You should be on somewhere near Novo, I guess. Just in case it doesn't go our way along this.
Pet My Turtle and Zaid
I'm
running
saying
that
if it doesn't go
BMP,
go our way, you need to get something built.
following Kraken.
I don't have a Waji. Can Novo...
A formidable tank group. Looks like we're about to get into it here at Stepne Dairy.
You could give him your transport
Both
truck,
teams are roughly even on pushing it.
so we can go and attack.
I'm trying to pick up stragglers right now.
Marines
Nave, let's build
looks
something
like they're
West
dead
Novo.
set on waiting for the other enemy armor to be discovered first before they push in. I strongly suspect that's what will happen. Squad 2 has them marked. Interestingly, they've got a mark up that way. I don't know if they saw them somehow. I doubt it. Probably just coincidental.
Okay, are we building something on Novo?
Yeah, I'm going to do on Dairy Farm.
That would be wise for them to build something on Novo, and looks like they are going to get it handled. However, the Marines are leaving Petrivka. Oh, you've got one hab, but it's a solid 300-meter run, and here comes our first engagement. The BMP is going to run right up here into the AAVP and a flatbed, which is not going to be much of a fight. Here comes trouble.
Yo, 7, do you want to just keep cutting across that top, yeah? Just straight across the north.
We'll stick here with the Russians, listening to them. We should hear
Okay.
Turtle and Zaid call this out in a moment.
We got audibles up north. Some kind
Oh
of
my
big-
goodness.
We got a lab up north here. AAV up here.
AAVPs and a Logi here getting picked on by the BMP. That is going to take all of the ammo from that BMP to kill that AAVP, though. That missed toe did not help. That is a foregone conclusion. Infantry has dismounted and tree line. AAVP is destroyed.
We have hostiles on dairy farm.
Alright, since I was assigned defense, I'm gonna put back so I can grab
Oh,
my
a great
transport.
hat hit on the Russian T-72. Although he looks undamaged. BMP. AAVP is laying into the BMP. Dumb and Bot are going to quite likely
Get behind us,
cause a problem here for Turtle and Zayd. They're trying to recover that BMP, but it's going to be tough. Meanwhile, infantry from the Marines is moving in right now. They're getting the cap in motion. I take that back. I'm looking at the wrong city here. The Russians are currently taking Derry, but it is a slugfest. Quite a kill box in here.
Both labs destroyed.
Both LAVs are down now for the Marines.
Contact southwest of dairy farm.
Here come the friendly tanks for the Marines.
Nice, okay.
They've heard
Just
where
got the two tanks to take
the
care of now.
they've heard now where Kraken is, and they're moving in to try and do something.
Main in the BMP. Out of AP
We
ammo.
look at the armor that's been lost. Only thing, nothing has really been lost yet for the Russians.
Could try and get a rep station.
Marines have lost at least an
I
AAVP
got a
yes,
30
please.
seconds for the heli.
and a lab.
Bring enough for like.
My medic's trying to get
Right,
to you if you want, or you can just respawn.
Here come the tanks. And looks like first on their list is going to be the randoms here.
Obviously secured dairy farm right now.
Kraken is falling back. It's going to be a 2-on-1. This should be an easy kill. We'll see if O'Whalen and Jake can find this random group. They is rolling right towards them. Oh my goodness, they don't see each other yet. How do they not see each other?
Dairy farms, looks
I
like.
don't know. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a tough fight to come back. First hit is dead on. See if they go for ammo rack here. Abrams beating, but it's hanging tough.
They were about
And
to
is
do
now
one.
winning. You've got the Rangers on random, and the T-72 is dead. Armor advantage is starting to swing back in favor of the Marines after that. Meanwhile, we go check in on the fight for Stepne. The infantry's in the mix. Looks like the Russians have this handily at this point. So despite the concerns of the rough rollout, they have taken the 4th point. Question is, are they going to be able to hold on to it? We've got quite a few habs out and about. They're actually quite close to one another.
Help a bit,
We do
guys.
have a northern and a southern hab for the Russians. Take that back. It's a northern and a southern hab for the Marines.
Copy. Squad 5 limit to engage.
Had smoked accurately.
So the question is going to be, how quickly can the Russians get squared away and push the next point? Because it is a significant distance away and no one is in motion yet to do it. No one's in the heli. So
Yeah,
it's
we're
going
about
to
to
be
do
a
the second thing.
slugfest. Sounds like Kraken's about to lose his tank as well. Both tanks doing well here for the Marines.
And then the last section.
We got ISBs. They got tanks.
So And the Marines have the Russians bracketed. This is going to be a killing field for them, unless we get some lucky AT shots. They have no one on their flank.
Second radio. I think we're going to be Stepne.
I have it right now.
Point blank. Oops. Arming range is a pain, isn't it there?
I need the drone from the radio.
What does it look like as a defender trying to hold this point as a Russian?
Right now.
It is not a fun sight.
Supply that's on the radio.
Should be able to walk in and take this at this
I
point
think 3 had one.
with a coordinated push.
I need supplies on Alpha.
Yeah. Alright.
All right. I'm going to take this moment to switch over to the other team, and we'll take a listen. Actually, I'll stay here for a minute. This seems to be a critical moment here. Can they swing the cap? Can the Marines get pushed in? Defenders are dwindling.
Guys all around the point right now.
Most of your Russians are back at their hab.
You might as well head to Novo at this point. It's like
They're calling a retreat to Novo
superiority.
by Nova. However, that armor superiority is going to continue, even at Novo.
Fuck that. Yeah, everyone. I mean, I think they can fight in fucking 70.
So is anyone else ready to push next point?
There's a Logi at Maine. If somebody wants, one SL wants to go to Novo, that Logi at Maine, then fine.
Let me check the link what I have.
So it sounds like we've got some confusion as to who's going to go to Novo. They're going to have to figure that out quick because the defensive forces are dwindling here. The Marines are moving in, getting the cap going. And this is almost a lock for the Marines at this point. With 2 habs in play here for Stepne Dairy, they got it down. This hab is destined
Looks
to
like we're
fall.
about to get rolled back.
And they are about to get rolled back. That is correct. We're going to take this moment to switch over to the other team and listen in. Looks like we've got some Marines down here trying to make a push towards that hab, making some decent headway,
Zade, can you stick around there
but
for
they
a
are
while?
they are dead.
At least until we lose Stepne and we can move our guys off.
Too many here.
So they don't run.
I don't have one
Yep.
bandage left with
Yep,
the tank
we're gonna
built.
try to.
I'm getting you. I don't know who you are,
Okay,
but
thank
I'm
you.
getting you.
I think you're getting him. Yep, you're getting.
That's enemy to the south.
No one is on the radio yet for the Russians. Seems fairly well protected, but that is just a matter of time. Once that cap is done, they will continue the push down here and mop that up, it looks like. There are simply more bodies present
We
right
want to
now.
get something set up on West
No
Nova.
habs are proxied yet.
Just eat it.
Does anyone want to meet me back in Maine? Or
Squad 5's at Maine.
Pick you up
I
somewhere?
can get on a helicopter.
It's like 3 is beginning the slow crawl to Novo. Nova Spire is heading out.
coming back now?
And this cap is now a lock for the Marine Corps. Abrams powering up, moving on.
Just take a
They are
look
in
at
very
tanks,
good
make
shape.
some progress against them.
Now, I missed where the other tank went to, if they died or not. Looks like they are content to stay on point. Quite a few people pushing off, quite a few sitting back. The slugfest for the half continues. And you have folks literally within 5 meters of each other. Oh no, Viper. That is unfortunate. Pushing next to bomb. Oh my goodness. Who's going to see this Mr. Chris here? It's so easy when everyone's highlighted. That's how unfortunate. The Russians having a rough time holding on to this map. They're getting it done, but there is a massive push coming. And unfortunately, not much in the way of any kind of relief coming. You've got the BMPs out here.
Can you meet them like just below the south?
Both of the tanks, though, are on the move. The BMPs are falling back.
I get further west there, lab and the AAB.
Whatever's best for you.
So things have slowed down. Everyone has it seems content. Don't see many trying to flank.
Can we get a mark back where that enemy hab was?
Here goes a random going for the flank. Smart play by this young man. And he's going to have eyes on that hab. This could be trouble right here.
Can we push? They might kill that guy.
I'll suppress him.
Nave, you're gonna
have on the east side of West Novo.
You have maybe 4 people left alive. It's very soon. Okay, it is proxy now. That will be the end of this. Really, they should be trying to dig this radio down if they could at this point.
This war game thing is over as far as I'm concerned. This is just a free-for-all. This is a regular game.
unless we can turn on squad creation.
So at this point, it's 191 to 286 tickets. It is looking very heavily in favor of the U.S. Marine
Unless we
Corps.
all created squads immediately. But even so, there's still people who like to create extraneous squads for
The
now.
big advantage that they had for the Marines was the fact that they managed to get 2 habs down on either side of this.
We had teams, and we were trying to get everyone over. And it wasn't that they were locked, it was the game was paused and you couldn't do anything. But you could create squads.
Alright.
So some lessons learned for how to administrate the next war game. Tank is moving on, trying to track down this BMP if he can. Zaid and Turtle running for their life. Looks like they might just pull it off and make their escape.
I see the tanks off.
We want to get a rep station on Novo?
Where was this enemy hab at Dairy Farm? Can someone remark that,
Looks
please?
like Fabuki, Lefty, Nova managed to get some defense established back at Novo.
So you got MT to your wrist.
So we're going to have another pause in the action here.
If you can mission kill that tank, just a tracker or whatever, buy some time.
Oh no.
I think we're
This is not a good spot. This is not a good spot.
no.
Y'all
Back out.
It's not a game of squad if a vehicle's not stuck on a tiny rock.
You want me to,
Move that radio
However,
south.
they have lucked out.
you want me to spot their tank?
We know where
Looks
it
like the
is.
others have turned back.
Finding my help.
Waylon and
guys.
Jake heading on back,
The BMP.
giving up the chase on that. And the U.S. Marine Corps are content to win this point and this radio, and they have a major lead in tickets right now. 100 tickets up with the 60 they gained from the point plus the 20 they gained from the radio loss. So now things get interesting. Here comes
How
command.
you want to run this defense here?
Running command is Nave,
Side, you
and
guys
he's
hold
getting
that side.
them another hab
They got
established to
slow
the
launches.
north. What you will often see is
We're on
the
enemy
Blueberries
radio
push
here,
off the
north
point
side.
and start literally
Nice
running
time there,
across
Dave.
the map to Novo while command comes in and takes from the north. Will that happen here?
Careful,
We'll
Sex.
have to
That
see.
tank's still up there somewhere.
He's got quite a ways to roll. He is going to be able to
Got a
get this
repair
hab,
station
though.
here.
Yeah.
They're on the radio, so that is
It sounds like he
going
went
to be
south,
20
actually.
more
Looks like-
tickets for
No,
them
he's right here in
to help
front of me.
equalize this. But they are going to get some incoming.
He went south.
He's on the mark, isn't he? You know where he is?
All right, here comes the second Abrams tank. We've got Napoleon Rogue coming in to work over the folks digging the radio. Both tanks, maybe? Nope. Yes, it is. Both tanks are going to make a play to stop this.
Enemy radio is on blue.
Radio is on blue. Nave.
Get tickets.
This looks to be a guaranteed 20-ticket loss. Tanks pull off here. Uh-oh, Tone took a bit of friendly fire. He's going to make a play. Can he do it? There are still 3 alive inside. Nope. They're all dead. I'm wrong. And Tone, save it. Napoleon going for the save. Can he get it in time? And they saved it. Shocking. I would not have predicted that. That had to be very close. Fantastic save. Napoleon's tank comes in for the win along with Tone. Great save on that radio. Now the question is if they leave it or if they're going to take it down, because here comes Nave to finish them off. Just Nave versus a tank.
They saved it.
While they did save the radio, they still have pressure here trying to take this radio down. You've got the Marines reacting, falling back. Here comes Northern, here comes Bucket and Esh, all falling back to defend this radio. They've really only got 2 or 3 Marines to worry about. Nave being a ninja, will he survive? He manages to survive, but at this point, they are at a heavy disadvantage to take this radio. Great play overall by those tanks and the defense pulling back to save this. Impulse Master now pushed up here, along with Tone, trying to hang on to this radio for dear life. Meanwhile, not much of a push yet onto Novo. Most of the action seems to be here. The fight for this radio continues. If we check in, we see we've got 2 HABs established for West Novo. Nothing even close. Squad 7's out there, but they don't even have a squad lead. That's not going to amount to anything. Oslir trying to do what he can with the flatbed, but he's got no one with him. And someone with no kit in a Logi. So not much going to happen at this point for the Marines in terms of pushing forward.
We've established our defense right now.
So things are probably going to get a bit slower here. Oh, looks like they are on the radio again. How did this happen? Radio is going down. I thought the Marines had this on lock, but somehow Xerox gets in, and he got it down, but not on bleed.
You think we're going to take Stepne?
Both teams content with a significant defense right now. You've got basically one squad in the field from each. This does tend to be the meta. Have a small attack and a strong defense, and it is tough to crack. Here goes Bloodhound in. Bloodhound going for the save on the Marine radio. Looks like he will get it. He's got 2 blueberries, 2 random infantry up in this building. They don't know he's there. He's getting them picked up. It's hard to see how they're going to make a play for this, but they might. Quite the firefight there. Cola and paramedic duking it out. Got a couple of Russians crawling their way through the tree line here. No more rally to run from for them. Does not look like. They will be pushing off of Nave's hab. Nave seems to be getting things going with his command assets. We'll see if he's got anything to strike. There really isn't much to strike right now, though. That hab is barely sticking out of the wall.
Tape mark's accurate.
Oh, they dug it down. Wisely, they dug it down. No more radio for them to push, but that leaves them with one radio
Track that fucking tank, man.
for Stepne Dairy.
So we got a hack at those moving up, but I'm not sure if we'll get it.
This conflict has been resolved, and really there is not much else going on at the moment. Things are very quiet. Defense is getting established very well on Novo.
Headed
And I'm going to take this moment to switch teams.
Advance and secure. Marines, push out and secure all objective areas.
Much on the north side up here.
Ash, I'm switching over just to catch some radio traffic from you guys as well, if that's cool. Let me know if I should stay back on the other one there.
Easy W. I mean, game's over, baby. You know what I'm saying? Kraken coming back for the next game. He's back. He's wanting to roll into pub matches. I think he. I am the superior player.
So a lot of confidence from the Marines.
Alright,
They're
Ozzy, you've got the
up
offense.
by a solid 110 tickets. No significant push going for Novo at this point, except for 9. Dave is pushing down there with that. He does have Oslir with him.
Make sure you're getting your
So that is finally getting in motion. Looks like they will have an attack tab.
on point marked accurate on West Nova.
Just drop a nuke on the point.
More of a long push. That is
Second
quite
squad
a run that
volunteer
they've
for
got. As
attack.
you can see, this is such a long run from this
Think it's
hab.
on the armor
You're
over
talking
there, where it's front
almost
forward,
600 meters just to get to Stepne
Well, they got
Dairy
heavy guns down
for
here.
the
too.
Russians.
I'm gonna send my lab.
Not much is going to come from this. They're continuing to die in this area where the enemy radio was, but that's all for nothing. They've really got to get pushed past that down to Stepne. And the problem is there's no easy way. You just have to approach down this line of trees. It's really all you've got. You can come across maybe and make a long flank over here. There's so much open field. It's just these tree lines you have to worry about. So this is not a great place to be. Nothing on the flank of this hab down here to worry about. Really, the play here for the Russians would be to load up a Logi with a few guys, send them back to the back line back here, get a rally down somewhere, and push in anywhere back here and start hab hunting. You've really got to make use of those flatbeds when you've got these armored factions like this. Right now, Novo looks like that's where our next fight's going to be, so let's move on that way.
on Novo.
It's always interesting when you can see where all of the various random infantry are scattered about, the different people running around, and we have quite a few Russians just out in the middle of nowhere.
We might need it to save the hab.
Literally 3 guys wandering in the wilderness.
I'm gonna need some people spawning in over here pretty quick.
Let's see who they belong to here. Squad 4, Squad 3.
There's your already.
What about this? Squad 4 and 4. So who is Squad 4? On the other side,
I have a second squad of
let me see if I
volunteers
can
going
see.
forward to help out.
Unfortunately, I cannot.
I got my guys helping.
So we can.
Oh, there's Squad 4, Squad Lead. That would be Lux. So you've got the randoms really doing what randoms do, which is running around
Six, you want
aimlessly.
to take that transport, go forward?
So the Russians are scattered on defense and happy to stage defense. This is actually pretty good if you look at the spread. They do have already marked. Osler's going to be pushing in. They are already aware that there are infantry
Lord, I hope so.
playing
It'd be that
defense.
fun if they didn't. Incoming, Artie.
Diabolus runs into his own team's Artie. Unfortunate. Squam is down also. Artie claims another victim.
On the inside.
At this point, it shouldn't kill anyone else unless they are unlucky.
Mark is now accurate. They do have another half on the east side.
Oh, Mule, get some cover, Mule. No. Diabolus running out. He wants to die a second time to the Artie and does. Now he's laying by the hab. Let's see if he waits patiently for a revive or gives up. Squam back in the fight. And here comes the push. Northern Bucket and Oslir leading the way for this group to push into Novo. Clearing the houses with HE. Really not a ton of defense in this area, but they are shifting this way. Here comes Squam. Here comes Mule and all the others this way, making their way up to the north. Quite a bit of scattered defense.
What are you engaging Squad for? Heli?
Both teams content to sit on defense at this point. Heavy defense for Stepne Dairy. And it looks like the call has gone out for all-out defense. Unfortunately, we have one of our two large track vehicles abandoned for the Russians. And this game might be in the bag at this point. 120 ticket difference. The only real chance Russia has here is to cap a point, and it just doesn't seem likely at the moment. Kraken is back in play. Kraken and Zaid now running these two tanks. Looks like the Abrams are assisting with the push now. If they are pushing Stepne with their tanks, I'm not sure what will come of it. Unless they get a lucky radio kill here. Which would be fantastic if they can do that. Mule is tracking these tanks.
10, if you can
Kabuki out
drop,
here as well.
600 build on that, I'll try and get another
Calling in the intel.
Copy, it's on the way.
Russians are desperate for some
Talking about
kills.
the
Desperate
Kilo 13.
for the Marines to push into their defense here. They really need to
Squad
grind
3,
some tickets off them.
Can you tell your guy to make sure that radio's okay? Never mind. We lost the attack radio.
Attack radio has been dug down by the defense. Fantastic play by the Russians.
Heli?
That brings it down to a 90 ticket difference
Or do you want to
after that.
Set some up with your rally? Yeah, just come back in towards
Things are going to
the
calm
rally.
down
I'm
here on
spawning now.
defense. We've only got a couple of stragglers left.
10 minutes to static.
Looks like, though, unfortunately, Nave might be losing this radio. Unless he switches kits to dig this down, he's got someone pushing him right now.
Alright, never mind, Dan. We got wiped.
Alright, copy.
Here come the tanks. Moving in on the radio. We're going to try and keep an eye here on command. Dealing with this radio. Wisely, they're digging it down. Oh, Cav was pushing them. Unfortunately, he's falling back.
Yeah, south. East. Going over half.
So the Russians will manage to dig that radio down and save themselves the tickets. And the Russians did not get lucky by finding that radio. It looks like they are going to push away and go over to defense instead. We have a few stragglers still coming in at Stepne. We're going to get in, cause a little disturbance, but don't know they're going to be able to beat this defense that's here.
Sorry, west of Novo.
Arm, are you tracking that?
3 defenders milling about.
Yeah, I'm on him.
Enemy vehicle to the north. Or the point.
I'm going to this window.
The battle of the blueberries, the battle of the randoms for the point of Stepne Dairy. But even if they kill everyone, the Russians do not have enough to take this point. They need to get 3 more. There's a trade for those 2.
Yeah, no, y'all traded.
Behind.
Oh,
Southwest, yep.
Unfortunate.
I'm hurt, man. You can cover me one damage.
Yeah,
Who is this? Ex-Tuzzy unloads in full auto, manages to land 1 round.
I'm getting them up. You gotta hold that.
Alright,
I'd
cover and try it.
Looks fun.
Got an MPLB lodge you did.
Again, just a few stragglers here pushing Stepne Dairy on defense, with a few more coming in from the north, but nothing significant enough to cause a threat to the radio or the point that I can see. So now, with neither team with an attack cab, this is going to be a grind for the next 115 tickets.
Are there anything else with them?
Nope, just them. Looks like you all
Quite an armor crew here together. They have been spotted.
Yeah, it checks out.
They just turned south. South, straight towards you now.
Turtle and Bird pushing south. Who will see who first? They do have the intel.
Their rep station is gone on West Novo. We dug it down.
Alright, they posted up in the tree line here.
It's not a radio, but I'll take it.
It seems they are both aware of each other. Let's see what they can see here. They have visibility quite a ways up. But effectively, until someone crests this hill, neither of them will see the other.
Let me know where those mortars land.
And they are pushing. Round 2, Battle of the Tanks. Oh, Waylon and Jake taking RGK along for the ride, along with their Blueberry squad, the randoms.
Is that mark exact?
And here comes the fight.
No, one is in the tree line here. I'll put like marks here. One's in the tree line there. The other one is, yeah, marked.
They are well aware of each other.
Oh, they're both.
Uh-oh. 2 hits landed. This is looking bad for the Abrams. And dead. Dead in a heartbeat.
Shit.
Seemingly the Abrams have lost this fight. Unless they get a lucky ammo rack here. Bird and Kraken going for the finishing blow. Round 2.
That didn't work out. 3, you're about to get wasted.
Goes to the Russians. $30 tickets in the bag for them. We'll say about 35 actually when all's said and done.
Coming in to resupply stuff.
And the match gets that much closer. Now just a 50 ticket gap. We'll check in on both teams here. Looks like both teams still content to play defense at this point. Isn't has cleaned up everything in the north. They probably need to get moved back south when they can. Defense is getting quite lax at Stepne at this point. You've got quite a few people up there, but at this point, that hab is meat if someone decided to push it. And we're going to settle in for a long game of Turtle versus Turtle. Squad 3 does have a rally here, but he's probably just going to be feeding tickets.
Track them?
So the question is,
Nah, we got track going up.
can the Russians take advantage of this armor? This armor advantage and turn it into major ticket gains. Unfortunately, they've got to go for repairs, and it's going to be a long ride home and a long ride back.
Get some ammo at the south hub.
Yeah, copy. Let's make sure they're not shooting at infantry.
Dan, if you can get me a lock on where they're going to repair, I'm gonna airstrike them.
Alright, copy. Get a detour, try to find them again.
Couple of brave Marines pushing this horde of defenders. Amber Johnson knows they're there.
Any idea where they went?
Hey, 5, that
oh, no one is looking.
He was also filled with built-in ammo as well.
Oh my goodness. These poor guys. Hiding in the bushes.
Tanks are RTB. One tank marked.
Well, it is just them versus 2, 4, 6, 7 people? 8 coming in?
I don't know what you're looking at. I got both tanks down here. They have 3 tanks?
There's something tracked on the southwest side of Stepne.
Yeah, I got both tanks rolling down back towards their main. I'll check out what's south of Step.
Their ninja tactics keep them alive in this heavy brush. No one saw them, but are they going to take the shot or stay alive?
So it's a tracked ship box.
Looks like he wants the shot.
Stepne.
Stepne's had proxy.
He thinks better of it besides to go for the grenade.
Radio?
This could be a fantastic grenade. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He got 3 with that. Perhaps another grenade? Oh, if they push it, they could get the whole group.
Need to set up a secondary on Step, guys.
Sergeant Benface.
Any SLs volunteer for radio?
Oh my goodness.
What? Command, you can drop one right where you are.
Yeah, bring
getting there.
Places to hide. Remember this. Great place to hide. Oh, that ruined it. Secret is out. How long can they last now? Somehow still surviving. We've got some war crimes going on back here. Unfortunately. Oh, the sergeant gets in the AVP and is mowing them down. Reasons not to leave it parked there. Uh-oh.
It's a X3.
What's going on? Well, that was an interesting engagement. But it looks like it's been mopped up. Let's check in. Is there anything else going on at this point? Solid defense still at Stepne Dairy. Looks like Nave has managed to put an attack cab down. They've got 100 tickets remaining, so basically a 60-ticket lead still. Both of the tanks still repairing.
Drop the ammo over here, please.
We've still got some folks from Squad 5 pushing in. Looks like they got a Logi all the way up here, but
Coming back with ammo.
I suspect that Logi is lost. And that was very ambitious for them to try and push it up there.
Why did all our vehicles end up around West Novo? Just sitting.
Esh has a very good question.
You guys gotta die with the ship.
Two of our lodges are sitting over there. Yeah.
So the slow game marches on. We're now an hour in. Still quite a few tickets. 90 tickets left for the Russians. 154 left for the Marines. It may come back to yet another tank fight. There are 4 vehicles sitting here, to Esh's point, and frankly, I am very surprised that the Russians won't destroy these. They need every ticket they can get, and they literally have 20 tickets sitting here. Both of the lodges for the Marines are stuck here at Novo. They have no tracked lodges at this point. They are probably going to have to commit to solid defense as well. Now, I didn't see where Nave went. Ah, he is... No, that's Esh. Not a soul as far as enemies on Novo. Pack of Marines finishing the hunt for a few last stragglers up in the hills here. I don't think they need to send 10 people, but they are. Someone has marked several red hats out here. And it is just one person. Let's see him make his brave stand here. Make sure I'm not missing anything else. We do have a conflict going on up here. Let's go check out this other major conflict. The Russians are making a little bit of headway here on an attack. Quite a few dead Marines. And they've really only got a few people between them and the point, but they are getting flanked at this point. The Marines are getting around them, pushing back. Here comes Impulse. Oh, from behind. This is going to be sick. Let's see if he goes for the knife. No, he doesn't know he's there. This is trouble. Oh my goodness, he found him. Those bushes makes it very difficult to find them. Impulse has the advantage. He's doing the bandage. Impulse takes a round, goes prone. Great grenade. He's going to get a friendly on that, as fortunately.
We checked over
Oh,
there for radio.
somehow
It's
it
not
doesn't
inside
kill the friendly.
barn.
Oh, that got him.
Somewhere else. Roger.
They just in the fucking trees and shit? Or what?
I don't know.
I see a body in there.
Another kill. This flank is working out fantastic.
To the south of the hab.
And the
Around
Russian
this
push
part.
has been
Oh,
throttled.
it's on the hab.
Artillery has been marked.
Dash, are you seeing a hab over here?
Russia getting ready for a push.
No, I'm not.
This hab has been taken down. I missed that. If they dug it down, if the enemies got it or the friendlies dug it down. Ah, it appears the tanks are on the case and they got it. This time around they did find it, I'm going to assume. Did the enemies get that southern hab at Stepne Dairy?
Not at the moment, no.
I missed it. It is right there.
Stepne right now.
I thought it was down. So they do have the hab on, and they are working the point.
Oh, tanks down on the south side.
AAVP is dead. It's all fine. Although they're, I don't know why they're shooting that. Arty is falling. Nave laying waste to Stepne.
We're gonna lose the radio behind you guys.
A 40-ticket deficit. Looks like another push is coming from the Russians, but it will be met in the tree line here by the Marines, unless they run away. Quite a few pushing to get back to point. Russians pushing towards their hab. And here comes an engagement. Russians losing early in the fight. Sailor Boy manages to get a kill. He crawls on forward. He may get into their flank. Meanwhile, these Marines are hot on the case of the Russian hab.
Yeah, 6.
Several
we need
lives
you rolling
traded.
back towards cap.
Checking back in
Yeah,
on
we're
things
getting
in
lit up
general.
over here.
drawback.
Russians still in solid control at West Novo, but most defenses have been abandoned.
Extra build-in for some ammo boxes.
No one remains on defense at this point. Everyone has come forward, other than a single vehicle. So the fight is on once again for Stepne Dairy. And at this point, the Marines are going to have to do it with one hab. It's hab versus hab. The radio is still there, but the hab is down. Tanks are mopping up and pushing in. Neither take significant damage. Impulse Cav are dug in. What they're going to be able to do against this.
There is infantry to the west of 6.
Tickets are equalizing a bit. They're within 35 of each other. Already now dropping, getting pounded. Let's see if it's going to get this radio down.
Tanks pushing past. They're going towards the north half now. That'll be bugging.
They're going to need a couple of lucky strikes given how far out on the edge this is. And there was a good one. One more could put it on bleed.
Tanks on the north half.
Did not get it on bleed.
I'm working on it.
I'm hit.
The first of the Russian infantry got to the point. Operator X dealt with. Great defense by
Manage me, I
Impulse,
can watch.
Cav, and others.
Friendly coming in.
Now we have the fight for the Habs, and it looks like the Russians are making a solid push for this Hab. Turtle trying to come in along with Bird. This save. Oh my goodness, some juicy kills here for the tanks.
Got light armor pushing up on the south.
Losing our north half,
Russians
boys.
are
Losing both our
absolutely.
halves at the same time.
The Russian tanks are absolutely throttling these Marines. Bloodhound playing a dangerous game and takes one to the face. Nave trying to get his team to push. They are desperate for those tickets. Things have closed quite a bit. They're now with 25 tickets thanks to this massacre by the tanks. I don't know if the enemy tanks, if the Abrams will have a chance to really get in the fight. Quite literally surrounded by infantry. They have taken this Hab down, and they are stalled on the U.S. Marine Corps side with no real Habs to speak of. They're trying to get something online down south. It looks like Oslir is working on getting things back online. Very unfortunate for the Russians that it did not get that radio. That would have completely changed the tone of this map. It looks like they will get that spawn online in the south, though.
RGK, why don't you try and sneak on their back line? Get rid of their halves. Take most of their forces here.
No real AT to worry about. A single lat here in the mix, who's further back, not pushing up. They are having a field day. Kraken and Bird can spend all day here at the moment.
Losing the north half fast, boys. Tanks back up and open up.
That radio is still functional.
With the ship box over here.
If they take a look, they might see it if they're lucky. If they're lucky, they might be able to see it.
Yeah,
they are they tracked here?
Need it.
No, yes, the Russians are on that radio. They will need that golden radio, and that is it. So Russians in solid control of the north. Their Habs looking good. However, the Marines are getting another Hab down here. This will be interesting. Both teams will be pushing from the west. Who will discover the other's hab first?
33 seconds.
That will equalize. You will now have things at 43 to 48 tickets, I believe, with the Russians in the lead once that bleed out completes. So a great push by Nave's infantry and then the armor to come in and absolutely secure this radio.
I'm just waiting for my AT to come hit
Turning
this
this
tank.
around at the end.
We're right on it.
Both commands
You update the mark.
have used their arty. There will be no more arty to save this game for another 10 minutes at least. Moving down south, we see the Marines
Where's your airstrike back up?
are trying to get to the southern hab. Soon to try and save this.
Use my RD to
Oh, they're trying to do a turtle.
Oh, Frozen C4 now, I know. Frozen, do that at least. Don't kill Frozen, other.
Looks like they have been C4'd. And that might spell the end of Turtle. They cannot suffer a tank loss right now. This is going to be rough. They're putting another C4 on him. Oh my goodness. Tracked and engined. However, in all of this infantry, not a single hat to be found. You do have 2 laps on the way. Ah, there comes a hat. Once U.S. American Freedom gets over here, that may spell the end of things. Here comes more armor into the mix, right into the midst of all of this infantry. This could cost the Russians dearly. This will be 25 tickets. Close to 30. And that will be the game. Unless the infantry comes in with a huge save and gets this cap. Zayd and Turtle making a valiant stand against the infantry, but they are dramatically surrounded. U.S. American Freedom has the hat, but he is dead up here. Still another hat. Bloodhound coming. Can Bloodhound make the kill? Bloodhound unable to see because of the smoke. Here's his opportunity. Great hit. And they are burning. That's going to be 15 tickets. They are out and gone. That is 17 tickets in the bank for the Marines. 27 tickets to 33. It all comes down to who's going to save this cap. And it looks like the Russians are going to pull this out. The Russians are going to make the cap. Get 60 tickets in the bank. This is an easy cap. Nowhere to spawn, and that is going to be game, and it is going to go to the Russians most likely. Unbelievable comeback. Both teams went all out defensive, and they made a valiant push to retake Stepne, and it worked thanks to some fantastic assistance from the tanks and a great push by the squad leads to get these new habs down. Nave in particular got a great hab down that enabled the kill of the northern hab.
We need to stall
Tanks
them,
handled
boys.
the southern.
We need to. They get the tickets back, they win.
And the mood is turning south for the Marines, who had this on lock. And all of the other armor that was left at West Novo eventually did bleed out and did lose them those tickets as well. That is going to be probably a wrap unless something dramatic happens. There's no one pushing Novo, unfortunately, for the Marines. 4 does have a rally there, but at this point it's too late. Stepne now belongs to the Russians.
They have 5 chevrons. They're gonna get up if we don't get someone on here.
RGK with the valiant stand, doing what he can. Takes another down.
Unfortunate. GG's, guys. You can get it back. I'm coming in.
And now, within 70 ticket lead, the Russians are going to win this, barring something crazy. RGK with the pistol kill. Valiant last stand.
No.
Oh, that was a great fight, RGK. I'm proud of you, sir.
Tried, man.
And now it's just a matter of time. With 17 tickets, what can you do? All you can do is fall back to defend Yehorivka, but no one's there. This is going to be decided by the infantry in the field, the ones that are let down and bleeding. That is game.
I do not have grenades. I didn't resupply.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a grenade out there.
Yeah, you can supply with big one.
I'm gonna pick you up too.
Alright.
Impulse, we got some great footage of you flanking them out in the field out there.
What do you have?
And here comes the Abrams for a desperate last stand. 9 tickets. They're roaring onto point. No real armor to contest him here. However, there is plenty of infantry on point, happy to put some rounds into him. He is already tracked. Quite the massive humanity here. Kills for this tank to get 5 tickets to 82. It looks like that's going to be the end of it as these people bleed out. Quite one more ticket to go, and that is your game. Victory goes to the Russians. That cap.
It would have been better if I hadn't gotten Stepne back.
That cap sealed it. Looking at the score quickly
Lost
here.
too many radios, honestly.
Kills both.
Hey, I don't know, I think we only
even.
lost like 2.
Lost 3, I think.
Look at all the lives I saved, though.